Hey guys, I'm Paige DeSorbo and welcome to our beachy themed stream. I'm going to start out with some summertime reads that I think that you definitely need to look into. A few of them I have read and a few of them I have not. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk to you about is all nonfiction, this first section. This is The Woman I Wanted to Be by Diane von Furstenberg. Honestly, stunning photo. I read this book about a year ago now. I even added places that I liked the quotes and stuff. This is such a good, easy read. I read this very quickly. I read this on the beach in the Bahamas and I finished it in like 3 days, honestly. Also, this is going to sound a little childlike, but there are pictures. And it made it just so much more real when you could see pictures of her life. It's basically just events in her life that had happened, why she is the way that she is, things that happened career-wise, personally. And it was just like a really good book, I think, for young women because it was basically her just manifesting everything she wanted in her life. And I loved it. New York Times bestseller. The actual quote on the front, it says, "It's so good, you'll want to take notes." And I honestly did. Like, there were so many quotes in it that I was like, this is just really interesting and really good. Okay, the next book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Not going to say the full word because this is a family show. I read half of this, but I definitely started it, and it's one of those books that I don't want to say if you're like going through a hard time, but it's more like resets your mind, and it's like harsh reality that someone needs to say to you. And it's not about like coddling you. It's about like thinking about certain situations that everyone gets into in their life and the way that you should think about them and not be so sensitive or not be so hard on yourself. So it's really just a book to reset yourself, and I read this on a plane, and it was really good. The next book is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I loved this book. I feel like there was a time last year that everyone was reading this book, and it is thick. It is big. So, but it's an easy read. This, I think, is, again, for the girls. It just made me feel like I wanted to start a company, change my life, and move to a different country. Like, it just was very inspirational, aspirational, and situations that maybe you haven't been in your life, but can absolutely relate to them on some level and relate it back to your own life. And it was just good. It was really good. It's about mothers, daughters, friends, like coworkers, and just how everyone interacts. The next book, which I have not read, but if the front of the book doesn't make you want to read it, then I don't know what will. This is Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. And this book is basically about him and just, it's inspirational. And it's Academy Award-winning Matthew McConaughey, and he looks amazing on the front cover. Honestly, don't judge a book by its cover, but I feel like I'm going to. And it's just him being very candid and very open. And so if you like him, you'll like this. And if you don't like him, you will like him after reading this. So these are all the books that I recommend in our nonfiction section. Next, I'm going to do a fiction situation. So this first one is called Malibu Rising, and this is by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is, again, a New York Times bestseller, and this is about a party that they throw, and just like the events in which happen during this like end of summer party. I've heard really good things about it. It's gotten very good reviews. And it's basically like siblings and like rivalry and just different things that happen to them throughout the course of like the summer and this party. And let's see how many pages it is, because I actually am 7 years old and do look and see like how many pages something is and if it's a quick read. It's 369 pages, but I did hear that it is a very quick read and that you don't want to put it down. So I feel like this is like really the perfect beach book. The next book that I'm going to talk about is, this one is called Where the Crawdads Sing, and I think this was like a little bit scary. There's like all these rumors about this marsh girl, and that's like a haunted cove and this quiet town in North Carolina, and basically what the main character learns and like what she's allowed to say and what not to say. So it's very interesting. This is by Delilah Owens. Again, New York Times book review. And it's kind of like a murder mystery, but also like a coming of age story. So this is really good. I heard that that was an easy read as well. Let's see what we have next. The next one is The Last Thing He Told Me. This is by Laura Dave, and this got amazing reviews. Someone said that it's like a thrilling roller coaster of a novel. It's not that long, I feel like. But it's basically about this guy who like smuggles a note to his beloved wife of 1 year, and like it's all of these different things that happen to him, and it's by Laura Dave, and I've actually feel like I've read one of her other books, and she's really good. Then it's also in Reese Witherspoon's book club. So if that's not something that's going to make you want to read it, then I don't know what is. The next book that I have is, oh wow, I really like this cover. The next book is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is also a New York Times bestseller. This is about this like Hollywood icon, and she tells the truth about like a scandalous life that she lived, and it's, hold on. This magazine reporter writes this story, and it's just like all about her life and all of these like crazy things that happened to her. And I heard that this is also a very quick read, even though it is a very big book and the writing is very small. But I heard that this is really good and one of those like beach time reads that you can't put it down. And also the title, Seven Husbands, like, no, I need to know more. So this I actually think is something that I might start with, other than the Matthew McConaughey book, which I think looks amazing. I'm more into nonfiction. I don't have that one. Okay. The next book I have is called People We Meet on Vacation, and this is basically about two best friends and their summer trips, and they have one last chance to fall in love, and I love that because I feel like a love story is really what I want to read on the beach, and if you meet someone on vacation, how much fun. So I heard that that's a very quick read. You don't want to put that one down because it is like a thrilling love story and perfect to read under an umbrella when you're tanning. So those are all of my picks for summer beach reads, nonfiction and fiction. Great reviews. Really can't go wrong with any of them. But I definitely suggest my number one was the Diane von Furstenberg book. Say that 5 times fast. Diane von Furstenberg book was one of my favorites to this day. So happy summer reading.